Hello, this is Justice Backstrom, and welcome back to another video. Today I will be trying to figure out exactly how off-roadable my truck is with math. So there's basically, I guess, a few things that go into how off-roadable a vehicle is. One is accessories. This vehicle basically has no accessories. No winch, no skid plates, or it's not lifted, doesn't have I didn't add larger tires onto it or anything like that. Accessories like that I'm lacking on. Basically the absolute necessity thing you need is four-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive with locking differentials, which it does have that, so it's passes in that sense. Then the other part is specs. By that I mean things like your approach angle, departure angle, ground clearance, and what I like to call a cresting angle. Okay, quick pause there. What I just called a cresting angle is, I guess, more commonly referred to as a breakover angle, but I don't know. Personally, I prefer cresting angle, whatever. So approach angle is the angle between the frontmost part of the vehicle, or so if your frontmost part of the vehicle is like a foot off the ground and a foot in front of your tire, then you've got a 45-degree approach angle. That's just the angle of a slope that you can approach without hitting the front of your vehicle. And similar principle for the departure angle on the back. Now the cresting angle is the angle from both tires to the central point of the vehicle. So I'm going to be measuring all those, taking all those measurements and doing math to figure out how what my approach and departure angles and stuff are, as well as my ground clearance. So I'm going to show y'all me doing that now. So for the departure angle, I think I'm going to measure from the tailpipe instead of the bumper, because I think this is the first part that would hit the ground if I hit something. So I'm just going to measure from the center of the tire to the bottom of the tailpipe and put that at about 38, maybe 38 and a half inches, and then measure the height of the tailpipe, which is 15 and a half inches. This bit of the chassis right here looks like the low point at the midpoint. Now, this is all solid steel, so it's not going to be the end of the world if I bottom out doing that. Like, I'm not going to destroy anything, as if I hit like some like the gas tank or something, or the transmission. So that's, we'll call that 12 and a half inches, and then to get the wheel base, I'm just going to measure from the middle of the tire to the middle of the tire, rather than trying to eyeball where the middle point is and measure to that. And I'm running out of measuring tape. Yeah. So that's 11 feet. So that's about 13 and a half feet. For the front, I'm going to measure it from, yeah, just the front bumper, probably right here. And then this ground isn't level because I'm pulled up all the way to the curb here, but I'll just, so that's 16 and a half inches. We'll call that 17 and a half inches, just to make up for the unlevel ground. And then that, call it 34 inches for that. And then I'll go inside and do the math. That should be fun.
Alright, so we have all those numbers that I just took down. I converted the distance here into inches just to make it so we're all using the same unit the whole time. Just for this one, which I had put in foot before. So getting slope or grade from using rise over run is pretty easy, but I don't want slope or grade. I want the angle in degrees, so I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to figure that out.
Alright, so this portion of the video ended up taking like 20 minutes long, and to spare you the details, I couldn't really think of any way to get angle in degrees from slope or grade with the knowledge of math that I possess. And I ultimately ended up having to cheat, but I did do something that was kind of cool and tried to graph the correlation between slope and grade, so I'll show you what I came up with there.
Yeah, I mean, this almost looks like a straight line. Like, it's definitely not straight. That graph doesn't really make any sense to me at all, honestly. But I mean, we have I guess a decent baseline to at least guess where our angles are going to be at.
Alright, so maybe I hyped it up a little bit too much, but I think it is kind of cool, and I think it would be better if I could graph that on a larger graph where I can do like individual degrees and stuff, so that might be something to do in the future. Anyways though, to make a long story short, I basically played around with my graph and got some estimates for my approach, departure, and breakover angles, so I'll go show you those now.
Alright, so there are all the specs for my truck. We have a 12.5-inch ground clearance, a 32-degree approach angle, a 21-degree departure angle, and a 7-degree cresting angle.
Okay, so one correction. I went out and re-measured the ground clearance because the lowest point is actually the rear differential, not the chassis where I measured for the cresting angle. And that turns out to be about 7.5 inches, but typically the rear differential is going to be the lowest point, and there's not really much you can do to fix that aside from getting larger tires. Anyways though, that's where I'm going to be ending this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later.